All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to talk about IDEs for Python. So you'll see here Python IDEs. So if I click on this, this will give me a visual idea of some of the available IDEs that I can use for Python. Okay, so you have IDLE. Okay, so if I click on that, then that's going to take me to IDLE is an integrated development environment for Python, which has been bundled with the default implementation of the language since 1.5.2b1. It is packaged as an optional part of Python packaging with many Linux distributions. It is completely written in Python, and this is what we're going to download when we download and install Python 3. We're going to download the IDLE, okay? But we're going to look at other IDEs that are available that you can utilize if you want to, if you don't like the IDLE that's comes default with Python. So let's go to the integrated development environment document here and look at all the IDEs here that support Python, okay? And there's a lot of them. So you have Thani here, which is for Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. It was updated in 2020. Komodo, which is for Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. Eclipse, NetBeans, PyCharm, Python for Visual Studio Code. Kdevelop, all are for Linux and Mac OS and for Windows. PyDev is for Eclipse. Wing is for Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. PyScripter is for Windows. Spider is for Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. IDLE is similar to an IDE, but it's with an L, and they have a little more tools in there. So let's look at what an IDLE is, just so that we understand what it is, okay? So let's see if it gives me a definition. If not, it's an integrated development environment for Python, okay? So that's what an IDLE is. So you have IDLE X for Windows, Linux, and Mac. U.dev for Windows. Paizo is for Windows, Linux, and Mac. Python Toolkit is for Windows, Linux, and Mac. PyStudio is for Windows, Linux, and Mac. Python Tools for Visual Studio Code is for Windows, and then Xdoor is for Mac OS. So in terms of the code editor that we're going to be using for this course, we're going to be using Visual Studio Code. So Python for Visual Studio Code is the extension that we're going to use, because you'll notice this is compatible with Linux, Mac OS, and Windows, and they also have a specific extension just for Windows as well, for Visual Studio, which, again, we're going to use Visual Studio Code because it's free, but you'll really like Visual Studio Code. It's a great text editor. It's free, and it's easy to use. So that's why I'm going with that one. Okay, so that's what IDEs are available for Python. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.